Hello there, everyone. I see Nicole was here. Laura, you're welcome, Laura. I hope it was helpful. My lemongrass tea is steeping. I got addicted to it in England and would drink 6 cups in a sitting. Never had it. I haven't had anything of the really fancy teas, mainly just normal old tea. I know people talk about all these different flavored teas, but I've never tried them. Right now I'm eating saltless potato chips. You want to talk about bland? Oh my gosh. There's no taste. No salt on the potato chip. Not very good. Yeah, but I hope that I love the story. It's just a couple spots there that was just a tad bit confused. So I was hoping that it helped you. I'm getting different bits and pieces. I can't see everything. I haven't looked at them all, but every now and then I look at, one that comes through, and I look at it and I'm like, I hadn't thought about that. It's like, I got to think about that. I have a lot of rewriting to do, is what it amounts to. Because doing better, you think something is, I don't want to say perfect, because nothing's ever really perfect, but, you think it's okay, and then somebody points something out, and it's so glaringly, I guess is the word I want. It's like, how did I not see that? But sometimes we just don't see something. Well, I'm glad it helped. Sometimes we just don't see something, and it takes someone else. So now I understand why we have beta readers to help, sometimes see something that we miss. I've just been doing the simple stuff. I haven't even bothered trying to do the whole rewriting parts, because that's gonna take some time and thinking, and I want to get everybody's opinion on each section before I dive into it and start, tearing it apart. So I've been doing mainly the proofreading things that people are catching. You're editing your vlog. It's so long. I need background music to help keep people's interest. I don't know if I just don't hear music, or not many people I watch add music. I don't really notice music in them for the most part. Or maybe it's just low enough and it's not in my sound register. I don't wear my hearing aids very often, and it's possible it's just in the wrong sound. I can only hear certain parts of the sound, like, I can't remember if it's the higher tones or the lower tones. It's one or the other I can't hear. And it does, like when I put the hearing aids in, like I hear all this noise that I'm not used to hearing, and it's really strange. 50 minutes long. Wow. Yeah. Because they say the average person usually doesn't pay attention for more than, 15 minutes? So we're trying to keep them interested in something that's 50 minutes long. It depends on what the subject is, whether or not it keeps my interest. Because I'll sit there and watch planner videos and watch them decorating their planners, and time goes by so fast because I'm just so interested in watching what they're doing. But sometimes, you know, it's just like, I try to keep mine short if I can. I can't edit them, so at this point. I do have Memoir on here now, so that is here. That's the easy one. So I can, but I still haven't learned how to cut things out. That's the problem. I have to learn how to cut things out. Oh, these salt things might be saltless, but they still make you thirsty. Man. It's a lot of videos too. A lot of so you got all that video you've taken, and then you spend all that time cutting out a lot of that video. I haven't done any that have been, like I said, since I haven't been able to cut things out. I mean, if I have 2 pieces of video, I could like make a static page that says something and combine them that way, you know, but they would just be attached. They wouldn't be, you know, some people can make them flow into the next one, you know, like it's a nice easy flow into that. I don't know how to do all this stuff. Lots of clips, yeah. Because I see a lot of people and it's like day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm like, so that means they were running all this thing and now they're putting it all together, and you know, they had to cut out a lot of stuff, I'm sure. I may never get to that point. I did finally put some more back on. Got it hooked up to my, because I bought the Lifetime version of it. I'm like, is this going to come over when I put it on a new computer? But as soon as I signed in, it gave me, you know, all the rights of my thing, and I printed out it said, you know, receipt on there, and I printed it out, and it said Lifetime, so it should be okay there. And then last night, I downloaded Scrivener, and I had no problem getting it on and everything, but Jen said that when she just had to do Scrivener, and they asked her for money. I said, I didn't understand because I paid for mine. I bought it as far as I knew. And she said, no, she had to pay for it. She had to pay for it again. So then I was trying reading online, and some part says if they do an update to a completely different version, then you would have to pay more, which makes sense. But if, like, I'm version 1, as long as they don't update to version 2 for, you know, whatever, then I shouldn't have to pay for it because I paid for version 1. I bought version 1. Didn't say anything about updates costing more, but it did when I was looking last night. So I don't know. Let's see. So you started on January 8th through today. Okay. Missed a lot of days in between, so I didn't make it just a week-long vlog. I know a lot of people, especially NaNoWriMo time, will do like, you know, a weekly update, which, you know, they start with day 1, day 2, day 3, and, you know, they go through the whole thing and they cut it down into a fairly short version. Then do the second week, or some do the whole month. I mean, I've seen a few people do the whole month. I'm like, boy, that's a lot of cutting of video. It's a lot of work. And then I just started reading Abby's new book. And I would say it's kind of a fantasy. So it's not exactly my number one choice of reading material. But it's so far pretty good. Even though it's a fantasy that I'm not really into fantasy type things. The story is pretty good so far. So holding my interest. And I know she wants a review. So I'm trying to do my best. And I just found out, like, I have to have a colonoscopy on the 1st. And I just found out that Friday I have to go have a COVID test. And then I have to isolate. I'm not allowed to see anybody till I go to the hospital. I'm like, oh, crap. Because it's hard to avoid people living the way I live, you know? I don't have the first one, but I've heard bits and pieces of it read because she was reading it. So I have seen, bits and pieces of it. I don't do much reading now either. It's hard. I got so much other stuff I'm doing. My horror craft book just came, so that is what I'm reading next. Yeah, I didn't even look yet. I got that book. I don't know if you heard. I ordered a book. That's supposedly a brand new book. And it was like $15. And I said, okay. And then when I got the bill, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, how can it be so expensive? I went in and it said the book was $30. I'm like, what the heck is a book $30? It said $15. So I clicked on the order, and it was a used book with writing all over it and stuff. It says condition good, has some writing in the margins and underlines. I'm like, wait a minute. I would not have bought a used book for $30 when the brand new one was $15. I don't know what happened here, so I called Amazon, and the guy was nice. He gave me $25 credit. So he says if the book's not, if the book is not acceptable, when I finally pull it out of the package and look at it, I can just order the new one, and it won't cost me anything. So I don't know what happened there. I don't order used books, for one thing. Very seldom order a used book. I mean, especially not if they're going to double the cost of the brand new one. I'm like, this person needs a reality check. Luckily, even though it's done by a single person, I guess they were still under the Prime program. So Prime, I was able to get a discount, the refund discounted, a fee, whatever you want to call it. What do you call that? When they give you, a credit. If it was a single, person selling it on their own, I would have had to fight with them about it. Because they were actually part of the Prime program. They just gave me credit for it and said I don't have to send it back. And, if it's not acceptable, I have the credit to buy the book new. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. It's like $30 and it was written in, and I don't buy books like that. If I were writing my own book, that's one thing, but I don't want to buy a book that's somebody else has already written all over. I have a bunch of craft books now to read, and I just don't have a lot of time to do it, unfortunately. I have to get a haircut, though. My hair is now in my eyes. Well, I was back to working on my prompts again because I'm even further behind. So I'm going to start a prompt. I don't know if you're up to writing, reading, or whatever it is that you want to do, or editing, or you got a long list of stuff there that you're doing. So I'm going to start a prompt. I'm in a sprint, which is going to be a prompt. I'm tired, just not thinking straight. So let's see, timer. Hopefully things don't screw up like yesterday and I disappear. I can hope anyhow. I got rid of that computer. I don't know if you ever noticed the cute computer behind me on the side there, the monitor right there. But I reformatted it and gave it to my neighbor today. And my aid was like static because all the cords that were piled everywhere, the computer that was always hitting me in my knees, all the, the mouse, the keyboard, everything. It's all on. Okay. Yep, keep editing. Okay. So I will see you in. Oh, didn't put it up. Add the stream. There we go. Hopefully everything goes all right today. I don't know. I rebooted, so it's a fresh reboot. So hopefully there's no issues today. I hope. So back to my blogging, and I'll see you in 28 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Talk about perfect timing. I just came back to check and it went off. I'm still here. I guess hopefully I didn't disappear. Oh, heavens. I've got all these people telling me I need to publish this book. And I'm like, having this real big issue with the earning money and what it can do to my financials and losing my benefits. And everybody keeps giving me all these tips that they're not tax edits, tax people, so I'm not sure that they, necessarily know what they're talking about. And my rental thing, it specifically says any extra income, and someone's just telling me that if you do it as a hobby and you just make a few cents here and there, it's just a hobby, it doesn't count as income. I'm like, not so sure about that one. Oh boy, your laptop is overheating. That's not good. I'm glad your editing's going well, though. That's a good thing. I got a couple blog posts done, and then I got down a rabbit hole of reading the comments on my thing, which is what got me started with this whole thing, and people telling me, with the best of intentions, I just don't know what to do because I lose my benefits from the government. I'm in big trouble. I don't know what to do. And I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people say if you're a writer, then you need to technically set yourself up as a business. And I don't want to go through that hassle. I had a business once. It was a pain. So I don't know whether that's true or not, that you have to have it as a business. I really don't know. Too many things I don't know. Good thing is it's not anywhere near ready to go anywhere, so I don't have to make the decision now. I got one blog, one of the prompts I'm doing has, so far I'm up to I think 8 parts. Monique just went and checked it out last night. I just noticed the thing on there on my notes that she had liked it, and it was the one that's in the 8-part story. I don't know whether she went actually read the whole thing or not, but propped up your laptop on an eraser so the fan gets more air. Seems to be helping. Well, that's good, yeah, because you don't want it overheating, sure. Not even sure. Not even really sure what a laptop really. I mean, I've got this Chromebook, but I don't know anything about whether there's a fan or anything about it. If it's the same with the laptop, I don't know. But I do know that computers can overheat. Like if you let all the dust accumulate in there and it gets in there, it can actually overheat your computer and burn it out. Because I have a lot of dust, and my friend's like, you gotta keep this clean because it's just overheating. And he'd have to replace the fan again because it would be, all messed up. I don't like working on laptops, so I'm a PC type person. You know, desktop. I mean, I know they have Macs that are also desktop. I don't know much about Macs. My daughter, she's way into Macs. So they're all learning Mac over there. Because I had called her and said, do you want this computer? She said, no, when I go to get my son a computer, I'm going to get him a Mac, just like the rest of us. I said, okay. Just wanted to offer it to you before I give it away to somebody. Because I gave it to my neighbors. They do a lot for me. They help me. So I figure the one way I can help, you know, is to give them a computer because they're using super ancient ones. You got a PC laptop. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Macs. My only Mac is my iPhone. That's my Mac. Somebody said something about because PCs can't use iMovie. I think it's, and somebody said, well, you can use it on your phone. It's an iPhone. It has iMovie on it. I'm like, I can't do anything on my phone. I just went up to the iPhone 12. I had an 8. Had an 8 for what wasn't paid off yet. So however long I had the 8 for. But I had all these device credits, so when I went to trade it in, the device credits paid off what was left. So I said I went to 12 because why just move up, you know, from 8 to whatever the next number was. I want the new one. I mean, it's not the fancy one that you see advertised. It's just the plain old iPhone 12. But it's bigger than my other one. Yeah, well, that's it, you know. I tried doing I even paid for it. I don't even know what it's called anymore. There was a program on my iPhone that I bought to do video editing with. And I said, I can't figure this out. I went on, tried looking up YouTube videos, and none of them looked like what was on my screen, so they didn't help me. It said, do this. I'm looking at my thing, and I'm like, mine doesn't look like that. I don't know why mine doesn't look like that, but it doesn't look like that. So yeah, I find doing all that stuff. And I know a lot of people do their writing on their iPhones. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. Bad enough doing text when I have to. Not writing my book on my iPhone. A lot of people do it though. This thing keeps flashing in and out. It's got to be StreamYard. Because the whole screen would flash if it was my internet. Not just the screen on the inside the StreamYard. I don't think. Not that I know a lot about these kind of things. It just seems to me that if it was the internet, the whole screen would flash and not just the StreamYards. So that's why I figured it's got to be StreamYard. I haven't noticed problems with yours, but I know Jules has a major issue, and mine doesn't appear to be affecting it, but I see it flashing, which is annoying. I don't see. I missed Jules today, didn't I? Today's Friday. Oh, doctor. What doctor is it? So how did I manage to do that? Doctor visit. But please talk to the doctor, and I told him, because they made me cut my pain medicine way down. And I told her, I said, I'm in too much pain. I can't take this. She said, I just looked at your blood work and your kidneys are fine. Call the doctor and ask them if they're willing to increase it back to your normal dose. I'm glad I did, because he did. Hi, BA. Nice to see you. I did see you briefly. That's right. You were over on Charlie's. Like, where did I just see you? Yep, Charlie. I almost missed mine. I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be. I think I got over here with like 6 minutes or so to spare. I'm looking at some artists on Fiverr to get one of my characters drawn. That's cool. Like I say, I've had really good experience with Fiverr. I know some people don't, but I had really good experience with Fiverr. So unless they want an extravagant amount of money, then I say go for it. Maybe find somebody. I know a lot of people say they go and they get pictures off of Pinterest and they make, picture boards up and put pictures up what they think their character looks like. And I've never actually done one of those. It'd be kind of interesting, looking through pictures, seeing, oh, I think I would like my character to look like that. And like right now, my description's in my head. It's on a real person. I'm tired of these saltless potato chips. They got no taste. Just flashed again at me. I'd be interested to see this drawing. You can always do a video if it turns out okay. Or even if it doesn't, because, people like to see those kind of things so they can decide whether it's good or bad luck. Well, I've had some good luck and bad luck with Fiverr. The keys I found: 1, use the filters; 2, look at the stars; 3, read the reviews. All good ideas. Yes. I didn't do any of that. I just looked at their portfolio. But it was, it wasn't much. It was very inexpensive. So it didn't worry me too much. I looked at their portfolios and I lucked out. I was very happy with what I had done. But I've seen other people who've done videos like that, comparing, several people on there that they picked out and had stuff done, and then they revealed what, they actually got, whether or not it was a good idea or not. Fiverr can be good. Fiverr can be bad. If it's a lot of money, I'd be really, really careful about looking to make sure the person has, definitely, like you said, good reviews and stars. Just a little for the story. Stop flashing at me. I'm tired of that. It's so darn, and it's the big white It's driving me crazy. It's flashing. It's noticeable because it's a big white timer screen. Just a little for the story about the character. Glasses on the tip of her nose, pearl earrings. Her hair was short, curly, and jet black in color. Her eyes were as brown as an acorn. Are you looking for a cover or something? Or just have it done? Just a drawing. That's pretty neat. Oh, sorry. For promo purposes, the real reason though is I think it would be cool. My thing is one of the main character is based a lot on somebody I know. So like I don't need a picture. In my head I see this person, because it's somebody I know. Like I never thought of them as anything different than that person, even though it's not really that person. That isn't the way the person is in real life completely. I mean, it took some characteristics of them and put in this book, but in my mind, I see that person. So I don't know if I would be able to see them as somebody different or not. I mean, most of the characters were made up, but a couple of them were based on people I know in real life. So I tend to associate them with what that person looks like. I had a big argument today with my aide about all the pens. We went back and forth, back and forth. Finally, she says, I don't think we're ever going to agree on this subject. I said, I don't think so either, so let's quit talking about it. I said, I moved them off the table. What more do you want from me? He goes, quit buying so many freaking pens. Like, where are you going to put them? And I'm tired of moving them. Until you move them, leave them there. Oh, boy. It's -5. I don't know what centigrade that means. So that doesn't help me any. Let's see. 0 is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So -5 I don't know, what's that, the 20s? I'm not really good with this kind of stuff. I just turned the heater back off. I put it on to take a shower and turned it back off. I wouldn't put it on, but because my aide leaves the door wide open and says, it's too hot in here. I usually, when I would take a shower by myself, before I had to have help, would just, let the steam warm up the room, and then I would be, it wouldn't bother me. But since she insists on leaving the door open because it's too hot in there, and it's like, I'm freezing, I'm wet, I'm cold. So I turned on the heat to make the house hotter. And now I have my window open trying to cool it off. So I did do a couple blog posts. I mean, didn't get a whole lot done, but I got somewhere. But I just got the list of all of these words that I have to use in the story. And I have to tell you, that's going to be fun. Because I already used them once on the daily words. And then on Friday, she takes them all for the week. And you use them all in a story. So that means really using the word again, maybe in a different context or a different story, not the same thing because you want it different. And so I got these 21 words. I'm almost to that part. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm doing a different one, but I'm trying to do it as a story. And if I keep at it, I might be able to make it an actual book, depending on where I'm going with it. It's definitely, I guess you would say, a young adult, because they're 19-year-olds that are they're the main characters. There's a few other people that you see occasionally, but for the main part, the story is about the two of them, and they're 19, so I guess they're an adult, but I'm not sure. But it's like in 8 parts, and I have one small one, and then I got this 21 word one to do, and it's going to take a while. So far, I've been able to keep it on the path I want it to go. Sometimes I'll end up with a word and there's just no way to keep the story going the way I want it to go, and I have to change the idea of what I'm writing. But so far, I've been able to keep on the path I want it to go on. Because I'm writing with prompts, and you have to use the prompts. So if I was just writing myself, it'd be a different story. I write whatever I want. I got some of the mess behind me cleaned up. I mean, it's not quite as bad. I like being able to put my feet down here without hitting that darn computer, because that would hurt my knees. I could bang them on there. Well, I think we need to do another sprint, because I definitely need to get caught up. I'm getting further and further behind every day instead of catching up. I skipped some because that's just like, I just don't have time for all these. So I am going to set the timer up and helps find the timer. There's the timer. Set it for 30 minutes. I'm going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I will see you in 30 minutes. Well, I got one prompt done. It's better than 0 prompts. I switched from unsalted popcorn to, unsalted potato chips to popcorn. Message them about the project before hiring them. What would you message them about? When I did it, all of the information necessary was put in the thing, and if they had a question, they asked me. Like, I didn't have to message them. What did you guys do? If anything. I chewed the stuff hurting. Not as bad as it was a couple weeks ago, but it still hurts. You think you have found a freelancer, so you are currently messaging them now. That's cool. Hope it works out. Hey, Kate. How you doing? I'm still doing prompts. Prompts galore. BA says I messaged the details of the project before. That way we can work something out before. So I don't even get a response from them. Others say I don't think I can do it, or I have too many projects. I don't know, maybe you've done it more times than I have. I call that being a problem. Cases I'm off to a good start today. Flew through 3.4K earlier, and now I'm trying to finish up this excellent scene I started this morning. That's good. An excellent scene sounds like a good idea. I got popcorn caught in my teeth now. Now they do hurt. Popcorn in your teeth always hurt. All I know is that when I contacted them at Fiverr, I just filled out the form. It asks what I want. I tell them what I want. I attach what is necessary. And then I'm sent stuff for preview to make a decision on whether I like any of it. But I have no idea how they work behind the scenes, so Maybe they're all different. I don't know if Laura's still here or not. She was here earlier. I may have to go brush my teeth and get this piece of popcorn out of my tooth. This is really hurting. And I'm already sore. That's quite a few words. I don't even know, because I'm not keeping track. The only way I ever have an idea is if I'm working in Word, because that keeps, the word count. All the other stuff I really have absolutely no idea. There's some people will copy paste their thing into Word just to find out, but that's abnormal. I've done that too. Some of them I didn't get a product from or any contact at all. So then I have to open a claim on them and try to get my money back. Messaging before just prevents that. It seems to me if that is the type of person they are, messaging them before and going to change the fact that they may not send you anything. They can still do the same thing. I mean, I haven't done that many of them, so I don't have a lot of experience. The ones I worked with were great. I really don't have a good amount of them to, what's the word I want, compare to. I only used a couple people. So I lucked out with the two I picked. And the one guy just did the logo and didn't say anything. The other guy, when I got done, he says, I do a lot of stuff for YouTube, and started naming the things he did. So he was kind of, putting himself out there. Which the other guy just said, thanks, he did the logo and that was it. And he didn't do anything. And the other guy kind of said, well, I do all this other stuff for work, for YouTube, and, intros and outros and channel art and all that stuff. And so, I was obviously more inclined to go back to him because he seemed to obviously want more business. And, he spoke about his, what he can do and whatnot. Whereas the other guy just said thank you and didn't say anything else. So whether he did anything else, I have no clue. Whereas this guy went on to say, I don't just do, whatever. I forget what I asked him for first. Not sure what the first thing I asked him for was. But then he went on to tell me how he, does all kinds of YouTube projects and stuff. He said, just let me know what it is you want, and I can tell you how much it's going to be. I mean, I guess we did have a sort of dialogue beforehand, because the only thing I knew is I went into whatever it was I was looking for. I don't remember which one it was I went in. And the only price, of course, I had was for that particular job. And so we did have to talk about, how much he charged for the different things. So there was some contact there beforehand, because the screen I went in on was different. I mean, he had to send me another screen for the particular job I wanted him to do next. So, because he couldn't do it on, the one I was on was for something else. Kate says, I had a scene idea and just kept writing and writing. I love writing days like this. Haven't had one in a few months, I think. And it's cool when when it hits you and you can just keep writing and whatnot. I get them occasionally, and other times if I'm depressed, I have to struggle to make myself even slightly interested in anything. Oh, excuse me. I thought I'd end up going to sleep earlier last night, but still ended up going to sleep. I mean, we all left, I think it was 2 o'clock, which isn't that bad, but I was exhausted. I still am. I mean, with the sleep apnea, I don't know. I don't know if this mask is any better than the other mask. It's just as tired as when I woke up. That's when I go to sleep. And I just know that sucks. Guess it's time for another sprint. I keep forgetting Thursday nights are quiet because Laura writes and her brother are usually getting all the people. I don't know if Charlie's still streaming or not. I just missed it. My own because I was busy watching Charlie's. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta go. So I'm going to set up another sprint. Find the timer. There's the timer. 30 minutes. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I will see you back here in 30 minutes. Okay. The driver's still gone. All right. Yeah, I don't know because like I said, I was in the middle of watching and I'm like, oh my gosh. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. That was, oh my gosh, 2 hours. That was 8 o'clock. 2 hours. Jeez. Holy cow. Time flying tonight. That's for sure. Hello, and Mac. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I just opened the package that I got from Amazon finally, and now I have a ton of colored pens, fine liners, all different colors. One has 36 and the other one has 24. 36 and 24. All colors. Lots of colors. Definitely lots of colors. Now I got the book. This is the one I was upset about. The Emotion Thesaurus. Because it was supposed to be, I thought I ordered a brand new book. Because that was only $15. And when I checked my order, I found that the book was 36 or 30 some dollars. I'm like, what is going on? So when I clicked on it, I found out it was a used book. Said it had some writing in it, but it was in good condition. But it was twice as much as what I could get for a brand new book. So I called Amazon, and Amazon gave me a $25 credit and said I could keep the book. So if it turned out that the book was usable, fine. And if it turned out it wasn't, the credit would cover buying a new one. Plus, I would still have extra left over. So I just got it, and I looked at the book, and from the outside looks in really pretty good, decent shape. And so far, I've gone through it a couple times. The only writing I've seen on it is somebody's name, phone number, and email address on the very front page. As far as I can see, the book itself, I'm not seeing all this writing and underlining they were talking about. I still don't think they should have been charging twice as much as a brand new book for a used book, but that was pretty stupid. But it worked out in my behalf because they gave me the credit for it. Because I said, why would I order a used book that's written in when I can get a brand new one for half the price? The guy says, yeah, you're right. Don't make any sense. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if I really screwed up and ordered this by mistake, or it was a mistake on their end. I don't know. It's a little strange. Motion thesaurus. Oh, some of the pages are bent. That one's bent. Page is bent. So a little annoying. I don't like bent pages, but like it's not like the top either, where they would bend it down so I could to read it. Yeah, it's a lot more used than I would. But I'm not sure how much use I actually need. It's just supposed to help you write characters, expressions, and emotions and stuff. So it's not totally. I don't know if that person is here or if that's a troll. I'll say something soon. I'm going on. Welcome. All right. I don't know. I don't see a need to buy another book. I'm not sure I have a whole lot of use for the book anyhow. It's not in that bad a condition. I can live with it. Save the credit for something I really want. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. Kind of quiet in here tonight. This is Thursday when that other... Well, Charlie's sprinting, so we got everybody there. And then the Laura Wrights and Kevin the writer, they get a huge drawing of people, so it's kind of quiet in here. Laura was here for a little while, but I haven't heard anything from her lately. I may have missed something. I don't know. Maybe she said one and I didn't realize it. But we got Kate and we got BA. Well, we did. Number just went down, so maybe not. I was just checking that order I got. I don't know if you were here when I was saying how I ordered that book and I ended up with a hugely expensive used book instead of a brand new cheap book. When I got the book, it's not in that bad a condition. I'm not sure I'll have as much use for it. So I don't see any reason. It's not that bad. I don't see any reason to spend money on a new one. Because I was looking at it and I'm not really sure it's the emotion source, and I'm not sure it really will be a whole lot of use. I started reading Abigail Ford's book today. It's like, that's just what I need is another book for you. Her book just came out, her second book. Well, maybe not her second book, but the second in the series. Yeah, Kate's having a good day. I have a couple of those, but I haven't really looked at them. Oh, I know there's a bunch of books that all were similar, but different moods or something. I glanced through it, and I'm just not sure how much use the book will be. Being on a roll is exhausting. I'm dragging tonight. I did a couple blog posts, but I haven't really gotten a whole heck of a lot done. And then I got a call from the hospital today because I have to go to the hospital, have that colonoscopy done. I can't get it done in the well, obviously the doctor's office did on there too, but can't even go to a surgery center because I'm overweight and they insist I have to go to the hospital. So they called me today and they said that 72 hours prior to my testing, I have to have the COVID test, and then I have to go into isolation. I'm not allowed to be with anybody. No store, no people, no nothing for 72 hours. So Friday I have to go to the drive up. I have to drive up to this place. You don't get out of your car. They come out, make sure who you are, they give you the test, and then you pull away, go home, and don't leave your house for 72 hours till you leave for the hospital for the colonoscopy. I'm like, great. Because I got people here who are always knocking on my door. And so I got to put a sign on my door. I'm in isolation. Please leave me alone. I can't answer the door. Use the thesaurus when I'm looking for a new word as well. I've used regular thesauruses, but this is an emotion thing. And it gives you, you know, different things for different emotions, different ways of, you know, saying a particular emotion. I don't know if you've seen that particular one or not. I'd be fine with that if I wasn't told to stay home. That's when you want to go. Everywhere. Yeah, well, that's it. You know, it's like, so that'll be the day when all my neighbors are knocking on my door. You know, it's like if I go home, I can't get the elevator. If somebody's in there, I have to wait until the, you know, the elevator is empty because they're small. They're not 6 feet apart. So it's like, you know, this is a paperback. I was gonna get the Kindle, and then I thought maybe the paperback, and I don't even remember actually making a choice, but somehow I ended up with a used one, and this big book too. It's like 6 by 12 maybe. It's not a small paperback. It's a big paperback. Yeah, it's harder on Kindle because you're trying to search for something. When you have to scroll through everything on a Kindle, it's a lot easier, yeah, to open the book and search through for something that way. That'll be my 6th COVID test. I've had 5 already. This will be number 6. I said, well, I have an aide that comes over Friday night. I said, is she going to be able to come? She, you know, helps me with things. And she asked me what she's there for. And then she goes, well, just make sure she doesn't take off her mask. I said, believe me, she won't take off her mask. She totally freaks out. She don't even like it when I have to take mine off. And obviously, I can't take a shower or eat with my mask on. So I have to take it off. And she freaks out with that. So she ain't going to take her mask off. That's not a problem. So they're like, all right, she can come Friday. Nobody else. Total quarantine. I'm like, no good. Well, it could have been worse because the girl that was my OT, occupational therapist, was pregnant. And it's a shame because it's her first baby, really ruins everything. She had to go, her and her husband, 2 weeks before the due date, get a COVID test, and then quarantine for 14 days. I said, what happens when the baby wants to come at early, like maybe the next day or a couple days or whatever. Are they going to refuse to let you in the hospital? I mean, really. I couldn't. And her husband's not allowed to be with her until she's actually given birth. So it's like, that really ruins her first birth, which is a shame. And of course, you can't have your family in there visiting like, we're all used to doing and all that stuff. Really crazy. Yeah, those would be harder to do on Kindle. Since you'd be searching for different things. It's not like you're just reading something and whatever. No, you'd be searching for something that equals the situation you're looking for. Searching a book is a lot easier than searching through a Kindle. The, the paperback was like $15 or something like that. 15, maybe $15.99. This girl charged me $30 for this used book. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I called Amazon. And he agreed with me that that would be very maddening to him, too. If he could buy a brand new one for half the price. I mean, what the heck is she thinking? I'm like an idiot somehow. And I don't know if it was my fault. I did, I wasn't paying attention or whatever. I don't know. Okay, got 375. That's good. I didn't do much of anything that time. I didn't get too much done at all. Where's that person? I'm going to block them. I think they're a troll. I guess it takes it away because I don't see it anymore. When I hit block user, it disappeared. Okay. And oh yeah, it says at the bottom, NWAC was blocked. I guess they took it off. They just put a question mark there and in the answer, so I'm assuming they were a troll. I'm pretty sure I'm going to break 4K for the day next sprint after a whole month of barely writing. I'm kind of in shock. Yeah, 4K for the day. That's a lot of words. Good going. Good job. Thank you. Most of it is writing on a chapter way ahead of the current draft. But it's fun and I'm loving it, so that's all the excuse I need. Cool. Definitely. I think we lost B. Yeah, I think we lost them. No, we wanted to start another sprint. I'm not sure how late I'm going to be up tonight because I'm getting tired. It's like, oh my God, can't stay awake. Like, wake up already. 30 minutes, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, it is quiet tonight. Thursdays usually are, though. With the other sprinting going on, I've been contemplating maybe stopping Thursdays. They're slower than most because of those people that are sprinting at the same time. And there may even be more. I mean, I know Charlie and Laura Wrights are doing it. I don't know. There's others out there too. I just know Thursdays are really slow usually. All right. I gotta write a story. Try to anyhow. Using 3 words. And then I have to write the 21-word story. That's going to be even more fun. With a lot of words in there. Start with a small one. Work my way up. Muted again. Jeez. No wonder nobody's saying anything. I was just saying I was getting cold and temperatures are dropping. I didn't write anything. I sat there and stared at the coast. It's like my mind is like wandering. And I was wondering if you guys got anything done or not. Because I certainly wasn't productive that time. Just sat there and stared at it. Mm. Cake at 217. And you just made just over 4K for the day. Wow. Great job. Jen's getting ready for dinner. She'll be here soon. The thing is blinking like crazy. It's flashing. But I bit my tongue. I was just sitting there staring at the screen, and I had my tongue between my teeth. So I was like, damn, that hurts. I'm biting my tongue. Okay, need some caffeine. Starting to get sleepy. I understand that feeling. I'm having a hard time staying awake myself, but I can't stop now. I'm not the one to see. Uh, that sucks. Oh, this one jumping all over. Bang, crash. Drop my glasses. Ouch. Did I start that timer? I don't think I started the timer. No wonder it didn't go off. It's not even going. My tongue hurts, I bet it. So did I, and I'm like, I looked at it, and I'm like, it's sitting on 0. So either the timer went off and I didn't hear it, or I didn't set it. Oh, I'm just doing my own thing, sitting here. And I looked at it, it's like 0. I'm like, and nobody said anything. I don't know what Jen's doing. She's getting ready for dinner and be here soon. But it's been a while. And I'm falling asleep. That's how I bit my tongue. I fell asleep and my head came down. I'm like, oh my God. And I don't think I can even think straight to make words come out that make sense. I mean, it is going on 12 o'clock, and so I got more sleep today than I normally get, but I don't know. It's just not helping. I'm always tired. Yeah. I don't know. She may have gotten caught up in something else. I can't wait here. That was 11 o'clock. She's been yeah, she's been on 30 minutes. I don't think I'm making much sense. There's no sense writing anything at this point. Tomorrow I start earlier. I start at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So hopefully at that point I'll be, oh, there she is. You're sitting here. I'm sitting here not saying anything. Nobody says anything. Nobody's saying anything. Timer's not going. Nobody's noticing. We're all like, yeah, I'm falling asleep. I can't stay awake. I gotta go lay down. Yeah, thanks, guys. Like I said, I started 5 tomorrow. I'm gonna be earlier. At least, maybe, hopefully, I'll be awake tomorrow. Definitely not weak tonight. What'll happen if I stay is I would just wake up and then I'd be up, So I should just go now and go to sleep while I'm tired. And I can actually fall asleep. Because I'll end up falling asleep taking my medicines as it is. Because I sit there with the thing, and next thing I know, I'll be sound asleep. So I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming. Hopefully tomorrow, if you come, I'll be more awake. And congratulations, Kate. You did really good today. So it was a great day for you. And I'll see you guys later. Good night.